Hello, I'm Hudson Valley Community College astronomer Richard Monda. Welcome to Eyes on the Sky, an update about current astronomy and space science events. This is Eyes on the Sky for the month of July 2017. Jupiter now dominates the evening sky with its brightness. This giant planet is unmistakable against the stars of Virgo. On the evening of July 1st, the moon, one day past first quarter, makes a triangle with Jupiter and the star Spica, Virgo's brightest star. By the next evening, the waxing gibbous moon has made its way to the eastern side of Virgo. Aim a telescope at Jupiter and you can watch the dance of its moons. For instance, on July 5th at 10 p.m., 3 of Jupiter's 4 brightest moons appear close to the planet. By 11 p.m. that night, these moons will have shifted as they orbit around Jupiter. Keep in mind that your telescope might show an inverted image or flip east and west. Also on July 5th, the moon forms a triangle with Saturn and the star Antares. Antares marks the heart of Scorpius, and 3 stars above it make the Scorpion's head. Below Antares is a fishhook shape of stars, forming the Scorpion's body. And in the tail of the Scorpion are 2 stars that appear to be staring back at us from the night sky, appropriately called the cat's eyes. Clearly missing from the Scorpion are its claws, which we can find when we look east of Scorpius to the constellation of Libra the Scales. On the western side of Libra are 2 stars with unusual names. The topmost star is called Zubin-Eshtamali, which means northern claw, and the star below it, Zubin al-Janubi, translates as southern claw. Apparently at one time, Scorpius extended into this part of the sky. By July 6th, the waxing gibbous moon will have moved east and will appear near Saturn. Point your telescope at Saturn and examine its rings. The rings are currently tilted toward Earth at nearly their greatest angle, making it a good time to see the extra detail in the ring system. On the 7th, the moon is above the lid of the teapot shape of Sagittarius. And by the evening of July 8th, the moon, now almost full, will appear to the upper left of the teapot's handle. That night, the moon will reach its full phase just 7 minutes after midnight. During the second week of July, watch the brilliant planet Venus in the eastern sky in the hours before sunrise. Venus will swiftly move among the horns of Taurus the Bull. On the morning of July 8th, Venus appears between the stars that make the bull's face and the stars of the Pleiades cluster. By the 12th, Venus is crossing into the bull's horns, and in the dawn sky on July 14th, Venus appears closest to Aldebaran, the red-orange giant star marking one of the bull's eyes. By July 19th, Venus is further along the bull's horns, and the waning crescent moon is approaching the Hyades, the stars of the bull's face. The next morning before sunrise, the lunar crescent makes a beautiful sight in the east as it pairs with Venus. By the 21st, the thinning crescent moon is getting low and is to the upper left of the supergiant star Betelgeuse. The moon reaches its new phase on Sunday, July 23rd at 5:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If we could see this new moon in the sky, it would appear below the sun. But the next new moon will not miss the solar disk. It will eclipse the sun. And on August 21st, the entire United States will experience a partial solar eclipse. But in a band 70 miles wide, stretching from the northwestern part of the country to the southeast, the moon will completely cover the sun for up to 2 minutes, 40 seconds. By July 24th, the moon will have moved enough east of the sun so that it will appear in the western twilight sky. That evening, a thin lunar crescent will be very low in the west after sunset. Nearby, you'll find Mercury going through its last evening appearance before it's seen in the daytime sky near the completely eclipsed sun. On July 25th, the waxing crescent moon is moved under the midsection of Leo, and on the 26th, the moon will be on the eastern side of the Lion, under its brightest star, the nebula. By the next evening, the moon has glided east so that it's back into the stars of Virgo. During the evening of July 28th, the widening lunar crescent pairs with Jupiter for a wonderful sight in the west-southwest at dusk. Then on the 29th, One day before the moon reaches first quarter, the lunar crescent appears on the eastern side of Virgo. The moon ends the month in its waxing gibbous phase. I'm Hudson Valley Community College astronomer Richard Monda, reminding you to keep your eyes on the sky.